Are there differences between rich people and poor people? Many people have asked themselves this question throughout their lives. That's why in this video we are going to answer it in the best possible way. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more content like this. Now, let's get started. In the book titled The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, written by Harv Eker, the author reveals that there are 17 differences in the way rich people think from poor people. We ask you to please open your mind and do not feel bad when the author talks about poor people, because he does not refer to the economic or material situation. It is the opposite. The author refers to the mental situation of the person, the way he feeds his subconscious. Eker also states that if you use the principles that will be exposed throughout this video, you will totally transform your life. These are 17 things that rich people do and poor people don't. The key to success. Difference number 1. Rich people think, I create my life. Poor people think, life is something that happens to me. In other words, the rich take responsibility for their actions. The poor choose to be the victims. Next, the author explains the 3 behaviors that victims almost always exhibit. First behavior, they blame everyone. I don't know if it has ever happened to you, that you know a person who is always blaming others or complaining about certain things periodically, emphasizing that he is never to blame. Second behavior, they justify their situation. There are people who spend their lives justifying their economic situation with phrases such as, money is not really important. As an example, let's ask the following question. What would your partner think if she knew that you don't consider it important? Let me guess, she would walk away from you, feeling extremely sad and devastated. Remember, this is just an example to give you a better understanding of the situation. Let's move on to the third behavior. They complain about everything. It is not difficult to realize that people who focus their attention on complaining become a living magnet to attract misfortunes. While, on the other hand, rich people never play the victim. Difference number 2. Rich people play the money game in order to win. Poor people play the money game in order not to lose. In other words, rich people play to create abundance. Poor people play to survive. The American poet Bill Copley once said, "The trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running down the field and never score a goal." Have you ever asked yourself, what is your goal in this life? Rich people seek to have abundance. Middle-class people are looking to be comfortable, and poor people, they don't usually have goals. They are looking for absolutely nothing. Do you know why there are many people who, no matter how hard they try, get just enough to feed themselves? The answer is simple. Their mind is trained for that, to survive. Their subconscious is conditioned not to have more money. If your aspiration is to reach for the stars, you must condition your mind to make it happen. The truly wealthy mind is trained at all times to reach abundance. Before we go any further, if you are finding this interesting, give us a like and let us know what you think of the video so far. Difference number 3. Rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people wish they were rich. Why does this happen? Surely you have heard expressions like, if I become rich I will have to work very hard. They could steal my money. I will have to pay a lot of taxes, among other things. The author himself tells us in his book that he felt fear of failure, or even worse, fear of succeeding and then somehow losing everything. Poor people have a lot of negative files in their subconscious, and the universe takes these files to know what they want. The law of attraction says that whatever you ask for will be given to you. The universe takes care of giving you everything you ask for, even unconsciously. If you don't believe any of this, at least we hope you understand, because until today you have been poor. But be careful, you should not ask. Anyway, you have to know how to ask. And what is the secret of knowing how to ask? Take note and put into practice what I am about to reveal to you. When you ask for something, assume that it has already been fulfilled and commit yourself to achieve what you want. If you do it this way, you will notice how your life begins to change. Let us know in comments if you have ever used the law of attraction, if you would use it, or if it has worked for you. Don't forget to give us a like and follow us for more content. Difference number 4. Rich people think big, poor people think small. Let me show you an example. Pay attention to the story of Mariah and Claudia. Both have helped many women to look beautiful, so they decided to open their own cosmetics line. Both are aware that with their expertise in beauty, they will give value and help more women. The difference between Mariah and Claudia is that Mariah opened one store, while Claudia opened 100. Mariah makes a very good living from what her store generates, while Claudia became rich by helping and advising a larger group of women. Remember, we are not trying to tell you that Mariah's example is wrong, quite the contrary. But if your goal in life is to generate wealth, the best thing you can do is to follow Claudia's example. Research has shown that those who provide valuable services and use their talents to the fullest are happier. That's why the more people you impact, the richer you will become, not only in an economic sense, but in a mental, emotional, and spiritual sense. Difference number 5. Rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. Have you ever heard phrases like, "What if it doesn't work? What if we lose everything?" No, I definitely don't think it will work. This is the mental disposition of the poor. Instead, the rich think like this: it will work, sure it will. I will see to it that it works. The rich are totally confident in their abilities. Bill Cosby said, "In order to succeed, your desire to succeed must be greater than your fear of failure." The rich mentality. The poor don't risk. That's why they don't have any rewards and care. Risk does not mean you are willing to lose. The rich research, get informed, and make smart decisions. Difference number 6. Rich people admire other rich and prosperous people. Poor people resent rich and prosperous people. Poor people criticize the success that rich people have, to the extent of cultivating negative feelings such as resentment and envy. The same author relates in his book that when he was poor and drove his jalopy, he never had problems in traffic, but when he became rich and bought a Jaguar, then they cut him off, threw cans at him, and even scratched his car, demonstrating how harmful envy could be. I'll explain it with the following story. In a distant country there lived a king, who wanted to know whether envy or stinginess was worse. To find out, he sent for the most envious man and the stingiest man in the whole kingdom. When he had them in front of him, he told them, "Each of you ask for whatever you want, but I will give double to the other." The stingy man thought and said, "I did not want anything. If I did not give him anything, I would not give anything to the other." Now it was the envious man's turn, and he said, "I wish to have my eye gouged out." Moral of the story: envy hurts people. People who are envious are willing to suffer and fail if they can make others suffer more. If you really want to be rich, you must think like a rich person. You must value and respect everyone equally. The rich treat others the way they want to be treated. If you are finding the video interesting and want to keep watching content like this, give us a like and follow us by activating the notification bell so YouTube will notify you when we upload new content. Difference number 7. Rich people relate to positive, prosperous people. Poor people relate to negative, unsuccessful people. Willie Nelson said, "As soon as you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start getting positive results." If you feel happy about the success a friend or family member is having in his or her personal life or business, I congratulate you. You have chosen the right path to wealth by assuming a positive attitude. Prosperous people are motivated and enriched by the success of other people, so it is important that you choose this type of friendships. But it could happen that a friend or perhaps your partner does not want to assume a positive attitude. This is the case of Andrea and Carlos. Andrea was determined to be a positive person, but her husband, Carlos, insisted on continuing with his negative life. If this case is familiar to you, don't be discouraged. Your mission is to enrich and improve your way of thinking by setting a good example. When your life begins to have results, to be prosperous and happy, others will surely want to imitate what you are also doing. Good vibes are contagious. Difference number 8. Rich people are willing to promote themselves. Poor people think negatively about selling and promoting themselves. In other words, rich people advertise themselves. In contrast, poor people view advertising negatively. Let me ask you, how do you feel when you see ads during a video on YouTube? Do you think it's a good idea for brands and companies to advertise, or do you find it annoying? Some of the people who are watching this video right now might agree that advertising is invasive or annoying. I understand that they don't feel good about it since they have had experiences with this type of unprofitable marketing strategies, but I invite you to evaluate the following. That bad experience you have had with advertising is surely a matter of the past, but not necessarily of the present or future. Ask yourself how you can impact more people and let them know the value you offer in your products and services. Right here, by providing you with this content, I could promote the video and ask you, for example, to like this video and subscribe to the channel with the little bell. You see, there's nothing wrong with that. On the contrary, you will help us grow faster, and you don't know how much we appreciate it. The rich are great, helping, inspiring, motivating, and promoting your brand. So let others find your products and services through advertising. Difference number 9. Rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. In this life, things are not given away and luck does not exist. If you want to achieve something, you will have to strive and work hard. Getting rich is a journey that will be full of challenges and challenges. If getting rich was easy, we would all take the same journey, don't you think? The truly wealthy mind grows stronger from problems. They see the opportunities in every challenge and take advantage of them. Always remember that a person's wealth only grows as far as that person is willing to go. So the next time you have a problem, don't get discouraged. Get stronger. Get you and become bigger than they are. Difference number 10. Rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are bad receivers. Poor people work hard to get what they deserve, but unfortunately they will not receive anything until they learn to receive. Most people are conditioned to deserve nothing throughout their lives, hearing words like, "You're looking bad, I don't know what's wrong with you," and if that wasn't enough, they have added to their subconscious the ingredient of punishment with phrases like, "If you don't get better grades in school," among others. The mental condition makes them believe that they are not valuable at work, school, or at home. In this way, they have conditioned you all your life. But let me tell you something important. No one else writes your story but yourself. Answer the following in comments and give us a like. Is it better to give or to receive? Have you heard the phrase, "There is more happiness in giving than in receiving"? How have you felt when you give something to someone and they receive it with love, happy, truth, and how would you feel if you don't receive it? Sad, disappointed, bad? Then reevaluate yourself about which is better to give or receive the next time someone gives you something. Receive it with love. It feels great when you give and also when you receive. Difference number 11. The rich choose to be paid according to results. The poor choose to be paid according to time spent. At this point, the author criticizes one of the most repeated phrases in all of history, and that has marked many since childhood. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, with a steady paycheck. From this phrase, the author focuses on the fixed salary because he is convinced that this salary condition steals the time people need to achieve what they deserve. The rich do not waste their time for a fixed salary. They are confident in their abilities and the value they bring to companies, so they choose to be paid for the time they spent on their work. Ask yourself this question: what do poor people really need? Their main need is security. Certainty that every month a fixed amount of money will come in to meet their obligations, but this security is definitely insecurity. It is the consequence of the fear that poor people feel of their mental incapacity, and this insecurity is not free, it has a cost: wealth. Why do poor people get stuck in this false guarantee of a fixed salary? Their mind is conditioned to accept that a fixed salary is the normal way. Remember the following: poor people trade their time for money. Instead, rich people bring value and results for money. This point is one of the most important in the whole video, and if you think about it, by sharing this video you are not only helping the channel, but you will also be helping many people to get that mental wealth they need so much. So feel free to share the video. With that said, let's move on to difference number 12. The rich think both, the poor think either this or that. Let me explain this difference with the experience Alex went through. Alex wanted to start and lead his own business, but since he was already finishing his university cycle, he preferred to put the business aside and focus on his studies. Alex chose one of the two, but he didn't keep both. Truly rich people work in function of always choosing both options. Their creativity and mental capacity makes them worthy of both things, and they work accordingly to have them, because it is important to choose both options. On the other hand, poor and middle-class people choose between money and other aspects of life. They have been trained to believe that money is not that important when compared to other things. Difference number 13. Rich people focus on their net fortune, where people focus on what they earn from their work. For rich people, net worth is very important, and for you it should be too. But what is this net worth thing? It is the economic value of everything you own: business, real estate, investments, income, etc. It is the true measure of your wealth, and according to the author, it is based on 4 very important factors. First factor, income. There are 2 types of income: earned income and passive income. Earned income represents the money you earn. On the contrary, passive income does not require your time and dedication. It comes from the result of your investments. Second factor, savings. Poor people spend everything they have, while rich people save. Third factor, investments. This is the money you take from your savings and invest to grow your net worth faster. Wealthy people train themselves to grow in investments. Fourth factor, simplification. It is to put into action a healthier way of life that consciously allows you to live simply and with less money, which you can save and invest in new projects. If you really want to achieve wealth, you must know and work on your net worth. Focus on it and focus on making it grow, if possible, with the help of a financial professional. Difference number 14. Rich people manage their money well. Poor people manage their money poorly. People who want to be rich must learn to manage their money and do not have to wait to have great wealth. The secret is to internalize the habit and put it into practice every day. How can you acquire the habit? The author recommends saving 10% of your income to invest in the long term, although he also recommends saving another 10% of your income. Now, if you want to manage your money more efficiently, the following is recommended. Save 10% more for training. Take another 10% for long-term savings and spending. Save 10% for donations and save 50% for your basic needs. Poor people think that everything depends on income. They think they have to spend a fortune to be rich, and this is false. The rich become rich because they manage their income very well. Now that we have seen this point, I ask you the following. What do you think is the best way to save? Tell us in comments, and don't forget to leave us a like. Difference number 15. The rich make their money work hard for them. The poor work hard for their money. Have you heard the saying, you have to work hard to get money? Of course you've heard this way of thinking many times, and if I told you that this is not entirely true, would you believe me? To make money you need to work hard, and if you don't believe me, look around you. There are millions of people who are slaves of the economic system and who work every day of their lives to be able to buy their food. But beware, these people are not rich. On the contrary, they live a ruined life. Their hard work has never gone to the next level. The rich can spend several days having fun and relaxing because they work smart. At first you work hard for the money, and then you must allow the money to work hard for you in order to reach this ideal. Difference number 16. The rich act in spite of fear. The poor let fear paralyze them. Many people meditate daily to achieve peace of mind and mental well-being. Training the mind, meditating, is medicine for the soul, a valuable and necessary tool. But if you don't put your feet on the ground and move from meditation to action, you will remain poor. Remember that fear is dangerous because it does not allow us to progress. It does not allow us to achieve success, and it will put many obstacles. That is why poor people do not achieve their goals. This does not mean then that the rich are not haunted by the feeling of fear. On the contrary, both rich and poor are invaded by this type of negative feelings. The difference is that the rich do not allow fear to stop them from achieving their goals. How do you control fear to make that happen? Train and control your mind and carefully observe each of your thoughts, and whenever you find a negative one, replace it with one that stimulates you to have better results. Difference number 17. The rich learn to grow constantly. The poor think they already know everything. The poor think they know it all. They even think they know why they are getting more and more broke every day. It seems easy for them to say it's temporary, or they even blame the universe for their results. On the other hand, rich people do not think they know it all. On the contrary, they continue to learn and grow. Changes are important in life. Nature itself is changing all the time, no matter what situation you are in. Today you can learn to be more productive, you can learn to be happy, or you can learn to be rich. Keep in mind that a person who wants to be rich does not necessarily want to have more money. She knows that, by having a rich mind, she will be able to be the best version of herself. The rich do exactly the same. They are clear that success is deserved when you are constantly growing and learning. This was the last difference, so now I ask you, leave in the comments which of all of them is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more content like this. See you in the next video.